I loved this game. Halo 3 ODST, my man, was a pioneer in the gaming world. Mainly because it was like a complete and total ripoff. The game cost like $60 being shipped with like a solid 4 to 7 hour campaign, which was based off like skill level and difficulty. Then you had Firefight, and it was like a whole new survival mode to replace multiplayer because the developer was like, well, we can't do multiplayer with like some sort of health system, even though the health system was completely fine. But I want to dive a little bit deeper in everything. I want to do some sort of like little review here, just to make sure you understand how this all works. Everything's going to be divided up into certain parts so you don't lose focus. And I can kind of just, maybe hit some sort of like view count because the YouTube algorithm sucks. Story. The story is this. The game opens up with some sort of cutscene showing the camaraderie of your squad. Then your boss walks in with a newly appointed big boss with a special mission. When you're all about to drop in like the spaceman from that fake Red Bull ad from like 10 years ago, you witness the absolute ownage against the UNSC. To which one of the characters will say,
I take it back. Navy got its butt kicked.
If I understood anything from my English class from like high school, I believe that's irony. I could be wrong, because early on in the game they said
Navy put up a good fight.
Anyways, the big ship you're supposed to infiltrate goes into some like big black hole or something, and everything goes to shit. And you wake up as a guy named Rookie in the middle of New Mombasa, a no-nonsense, non-speaking badass whose duty is to, find clues as to where his, like, whole squad is or something. I don't know, I missed a lot of that. You're also very creepily, I might add, being watched by something called the Superintendent, who is, I guess, God? I don't know if that was a sort of, like, representation. He essentially gives you, like, a cool map to help you navigate the streets so you don't get lost. It also helps you find, like, little audio logs to help piece together some other mystery that happens, but I don't know, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't unless you like want the achievement that took me like 9 years to get. Each mission allows you to play as a different member of your squad, which gives you a better look into their personality, but also opens up a bit of the overall story taking place. One of the best missions is the Saving Private Ryan mission, where two characters, Mickey and Dutch, have to blow up a bridge. But essentially, as they're holding the line, get pushed back further and further until some random future plane like picks them up. The mission itself isn't very good. It's just the way the characters interact with each other that makes it good. Which is probably every single mission in this game, is when characters kind of meet up. It seems like the story kind of picks up pace a little bit because a lot of the characters just interact very, very well. So once you get through all the, the crap of their people's storylines or whatever, you end up having to go to this tunnel system to find the MacGuffin, which is like the weird tentacle monster that has apparently been like a former Covenant or something that's now the Superintendent. I don't know. I couldn't really follow any of that. But if you have to, you can call him Virgil and take him down Country Road. And I can tell you, it talks to my favorite character, Avery fucking Johnson, about the evil Covenant plan. And I really am not kidding at all. The whole point of the story is to miss your mission, to go on a new mission to find the tentacle monster, just so you can help beat the Covenant. I don't know. Again, I was very lost. Characters. Each of the characters in the game seem to have one defining characteristic, but also share one similar one. I call it snips because I can't think of the exact word right now. Every character in the game seems to have some sort of comment to make to everything, whether it's witty, offhanded, backhanded, whatever. It's always something, and it can lead to something either funny banter.
You gonna carry me all the way, sweetheart?
Was planning on it, but now that you're feeling better.
Or nothing at all. So let's talk about each of the characters. Buck, the guy I kept referring to as Loverboy because he just keeps oogling over this girl named Dare, and apparently like they slept together or something at one point, and she never called him back, and he's just like now totally obsessed, and yeah. He's got an assault rifle though, and he's like the leader of the group. Very uptight guy. Very, very uptight guy. Yeah. Dutch is a guy who I kept calling Mr. No Nonsense because he seemed like the less jokey of the group, because he might have had like a big pole up his ass or something. Maybe it's because he had the heaviest weapon. I don't know. Like, during any interaction he has with Mickey, he's just so straight-faced. There is one point in the game, I think it's like at the beginning, he kind of seems a little jokey, but it's very weird.
Besides, now's one of those times. Pays to be the strong, silent type.
He's very like Agent K from Men in Black, if that makes any sense. Mickey is probably the most unaware person like ever. During like situations, he'll ask questions with such obvious answers.
Where's the fight at?
Take a guess, genius.
He might as well have like a narrator follow him around during every situation and explain what's happening. He's also the, quote, explosives expert, end quote, but he has like a rocket that you maybe use for like 2 seconds because he has like 10 shots. Like, what kind of expert is that? Romeo. Don't let the name fool you. He's too full of himself for his own good. He's also the sniper expert who, whatever. Throughout the game, he has like a comment for every single situation. And it's, well...
Remember when I told you to shut your mouth? Yeah? Consider that a
Dare is the girl who constantly looks at Buck saying, she, I guess, is in charge, but mysteriously, like, disappears at one point to just go on her own little mission to, like, find Virgil or Tentacle Boy. I don't know if she was, like, super naggy to a point I could have to put, like, cotton balls in my ears, but it was pretty damn fucking close. Rookie. If you listen to the beginning of the video, I summed it all up, but, to, you know, do it again, he's the hero. Sex scenes. I really hoped for this. Like, we were so close, because at the tail end of the game, when you're in, like, in an elevator with Buck and Darren, the tentacle monster, my mind came to a really, really weird point. Nothing happens but, like, a simple kiss, which sucks, but the tension is definitely there. I am willing to bet $1 million there is stuff that does exist.
Thank you.
Actually, you know what? Hold on one second. Yeah, so there's definitely stuff that exists on the internet. What a fucking world we live in, huh? Multiplayer. The multiplayer, if you can even call it that, sucks. It's just a series of maps from the campaign where you just do some sort of like tower defense sort of thing. The game mode is called Firefight, by the way. It's a wave-based game mode. Each game is divided up into sets, but you need 3 rounds to complete a set. But to complete a round, you need 5 waves to complete. Let me try this again. It's an overly complicated system. By the end of completion, you'll just blankly stare and say, we did it? I don't know. It's very confusing in a pretty mundane way. In each game, you'll find yourself at a different challenge with the addition of skulls. Each skull either adds a slight or fucking over-the-top difference of play. If you're on normal mode, you'll experience like the AI being a little bit smarter, so, oh, you know, whatever. On Legendary, at the beginning, your health won't regenerate, which is awesome. Loved that. I think it was extremely stupid to not put like a PvP sort of game mode into the game. Apparently, like, it was because the health system sucked, which I get, but you could tweak something, my man. Plus, hell, Halo like Reach came out like a year later with kind of a similar health system, and you're telling me you couldn't have done that at all? It did come with some maps for Halo 3. I believe it was like the Mythic map pack, and it also came with the Halo Reach beta, which was pretty neat. Oh, and another thing, there was a commercial that was amazing, because every time now I kill grunts in this game, I just keep going. To sum this all up, Halo 3 ODST is in no way, shape, or form a game worth $60. But, I mean, that was like 9 or 10 years ago. You can find it for dirt cheap. Hell, I found it for like $5 on GameStop.com, so if you're bored, pick this baby up. Tell your friends if you got them, which I doubt. And if they say no because they don't have the money, tell them to stop being poor. And if you don't want to tell your friends that, then I will. You just show them this. Dear friend and viewer, stop being a poor piece of shit. Oh, and review score. Something in you needs to be filled or whatever. 6.5 out of 10. Bye.